Hi there, welcome to Jeep Roscoe. My name is Ross. Follow me and Delilah, my 2015 Jeep Wrangler JK, as we travel across this great continent of Australia, dabble in a bit of photography, review some products, and talk about our mental health. Let's get into it.
Previously on Jeep Roscoe.
Oh, Kalgoorlie Boulder. Taking me about an hour just to square everything away. The house was built in the early 1900s. Where President Hoover used to live. So I wanted to see if I could sneak these across the border, which I did. This is a moment of truth for the Beyond Burger. To be fair, it's not bad, but it's not meat. You can tell it's not meat, but it's not bad. I quite like it. Controversial. Well, I'm halfway through my last burger, and you know, I gotta be honest, if I was blindfolded and I was asked to trial like 5 or 6 burgers, like a Wagyu burger, McDonald's, Five Guys, whatever, through to like a really discount end, and somewhere in between they dropped one of these and asked me to pick out the one that was vegetarian based, I think I'd probably struggle. I mean, like I said earlier, you know it's not meat, but then you know with some of the McDonald's ones, they really probably not meat either. But this is like, I would imagine this is like the beefy premium end of the vegetarian burger. I'd say that it would more than stack up against the budget end of a beef burger. But, you know, ultimately, if you want meat, buy meat. If you want vegetarian, buy vegetarian. The thing I don't get is why vegetarians want a product that resembles meat. That's just me. Flies. Bloody flies. But, you know, all in all, it's good. I recommend it. It's tasty. And it's very high in protein. Higher in protein than beef. So, as far as like weightlifters and things go, I'd opt for one of these. Yum yum. So I'm just here on the viewing platform overlooking the mine, just waiting for the sun to set over there. There's the mine behind me. I thought it might have been a 24-hour mine, but looks like they've stopped for the day. Obviously let people go and have a drink or whatever, it is the weekend. And the sun should be going down very, very shortly. And just to give you a little look around, there's Delilah and there's Hoover House where I'm staying. The wind seems to have died off completely, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me alright. And yeah, let's just turn this around. There's the sun. I'd say it's about 10-15 minutes away from setting. And then back to the mine. Look at that, the sun's just gone down, and this is off the veranda. It's just this weird red glow. It's crazy. So I've just come and stopped in the town of Menzies on the way to Lake Ballard to see the Anthony Gormely statues. It's a very quaint little town, village, whatever you call it. Unfortunately, absolutely nothing is open. Tourist information, gallery, cafe, pub, nothing. So nice little walk around, a few photos taken, but time to crack on. Doesn't even look like the petrol station's open, so oh well, worth a try. We're just on our way to Lake Ballard, which is about 50 kilometers down this road, and we've just come across our first little salt lake here. And, you can see it a bit more. What do you know? Now it's picking to rain a wee bit, so we're not going to stay on this clay surface very long, just in case we get a bit bogged. I just wanted to stop and take a few photos of this salt lake along the way to Lake Ballard. I have no idea if Lake Ballard's going to be a salt lake or if there's going to be some water in it, but we'll find out. There's been a lot of rain recently, so odds are wet. And just stopped to take a little look around our first salt lake that was really accessible, so we'll crack on now because it's starting to rain, and these clay type roads won't be very favourable. We're about 50 kilometres away from Lake Ballard at the moment. I haven't seen a single car on this street, so on this road rather, so we shall see just how remote it is. Some people that I met along the road told me that the campsite at the end of Lake Ballard is quite a nice one, so it could be quite popular, although the weather's not brilliant. Yesterday was a beautiful day up at Gwalia. I was going to come to Lake Ballard on the way up to Gwalia, but because there was no fuel at Menzies, I went straight on to Lenora, filled up there, and then went to Gwalia and come back down today. Beautiful day yesterday. Today the clouds are back, the temperature's down a wee bit, it's down to 24 degrees today, and it's picking to rain. Now we'll see how the rest of the day pans out, but that should mean, fingers crossed, that there's not as many flies around. Only time will tell on that one. So I'm trying out the super stabilization mode on my Samsung S10 to record this. The little holder I've got attached to the windscreen isn't the best. I'm going to try and get a new holder when I get back to Kalgoorlie, because there's a couple of electronic shops there. This one, well, as you can probably tell, it jitters around quite a lot with every bump and intonation in the road. I also need to get some new stickers to stick the GoPro to the dashboard, as the stickers I got are quite old and don't stick. So it's putting up with this footage on my Samsung for the time being. Shops have been few and far between, so well, I'm just going to have to rough it with rain. As far as the driving goes, I mean, we've done almost 2,500 kilometers now, which is like driving the length and breadth of the UK, let's see, 4 times. It doesn't feel arduous, to be honest with you. You know, it's been quite an easy drive. One thing I will notice is the road surfaces got a lot better when we crossed the border into Western Australia from South Australia. After living in South Australia for 5 years, one thing I'm certainly not going to miss is the roads there. They are terrible, as well as the drivers in South Australia are some of the worst I've ever seen in the world. Hopefully Western Australia is going to be a bit better. The road surfaces certainly are, so we'll see. But yeah, otherwise it's been pretty good. The fuel economy on the Jeep, we're averaging about 15 litres per 100 kilometres at the moment, which is okay. It's not brilliant, it's okay. When we were crossing the Nullarbor and coming into the wind, it was more like 16.9, which was quite weird. station and my tank is nearing or past empty, then I fill up. Regardless of the price, I just fill up. It's, you know, it's one of these peace of mind things for me, and just to make sure that I'm not stressing out about petrol as I go. And as I say, I've got 20 litres on the roof of petrol as a reserve in the jerry can. Just as a guide, 20 litres is roughly a third of a tank. The tank in the Jeep is about 60 litres, and that gets me roughly 450 kilometres. So yeah, not brilliant, but good. You know, it's all good. Cost of fuel here in Australia, in Adelaide, it was about 1.61. That's $1.61 a litre. On the middle of the Nullarbor, it got up to $2.20. In Lenora yesterday, it was $1.90. So it's creeping back up again. As we go back down south now, it should start to drop a little bit. I think in Norseman, when I got to Norseman and filled up there, it was 170 a litre. So yeah, to fill a tank, basically, you know, instead of 60 litres, you're looking at about anywhere up to $120 to fill a tank. But yeah, so far, fuel hasn't been an issue. Interesting, eh? No kind of direction from anybody on where to go. So I'm just gonna pick it up as I go. Some of the things you come across on unsealed roads. Alright, so I think we're about to catch a bit of dust by the look of it. Alright, sorry Delilah, you're going to get dusty again. Cheers, mate. So just got to Lake Ballard, and it's pissing now. So I'm just enjoying a little bit of lunch. I mean, 10 to 12, so and what I was saying earlier about you know, the cool weather, the wind, bit of rain, leading to no flies. That's not the case. And like I said, it's coming up to 12 o'clock now. If the weather hasn't improved by 2 p.m, I think I'll just head back to Kalgoorlie, because Kalgoorlie's a good 2, well, maybe 3-hour drive from here, actually, given the roadworks on the way in. And if it continues to get wet, it's just going to be a quagmire out there, to be honest. I'll give you a little quick view of what it's like out there. just right. So this is the lake bed, which obviously is no water in at the moment. There might be by tomorrow, and you might be able to make out the little upright figures. These are the sculptures by Anthony Gorman. There's a walk you can do which takes you all around the different sculptures and up and around that hill in the middle. But you can already see that it's quite muddy, and I've watched people coming back from there, running back, doing the fly dance, basically getting stuck in the mud, and I didn't bring wellies. So yeah, we'll give it a while. I'm in no hurry today, so we'll give it a while. I might even stay here regardless, to be honest with you, and hope for a better day tomorrow. I've still got, what's the day now? It's the 21st today, and I've got to be down in Esperance around about the 27th-ish. So I've got plenty of time to kill. I'm in no hurry. I've got plenty of food. I've got ample fuel to get me back to Kalgoorlie. So, yeah. We'll see how it goes.
So apologies for the audio at this part, but as you can tell, the wind was just too strong. I am investing in some whisperers to go on my microphones to help with the audio, but for now I have to do this voiceover. So I've seen two of these Anthony Gormely statues now. My feet were getting quite muddy. I was afraid of starting to slip. As you can see, my treads were full of mud by this stage. But it was quite nice to get out of the car anyway, and onto the lake bed. There's this little island you can walk around and up. Some very ominous looking clouds off in the distance. And as you can see, it trails away off into the distance, a slight mirage look in the horizon because it goes off so far. You might be able to make out the little pin sculptures going off into the distance. There's all in all about 28, I think, 28 to 30. Going off around the lake bed. I was tempted to get the drone out to send them out to see if I could see any more, but it was just simply too windy. All in all, it was a bit of a washout day, really. As you can see, the water's just pooling on top of this clay type surface. Nobody else was out here walking. There was only one camper van left in the car park, and it looked like they were set up for the night. I did my best to shelter the microphone here, but as you can tell, the wind was just way too strong. So hence the voiceover. Here's me demonstrating the flies are still there despite the wind, the majority of which were on my back, sheltering from the wind, which I tried to show. But if I turn into the wind, you can see the flies all kind of escape because they just try to find a bit of shelter from the wind themselves. But yeah, I recommend going. It's a bit remote and a bit off the beaten track, but well worth it.
And to me, this is like typical kind of Australian bush landscape. You got your red road, you've got your green bushes. The only thing is missing is the blue skies with the blazing sun. But hey, can't have it all, can you? The red soil in Australia is iron rich. You know, that's what gives it the redness. Sometimes known as ironstone in certain parts of Australia. Just iron ore rich. That's where the redness comes from. Oxidization of the iron ore. There's obviously a bit of livestock around here. Just had to slow down to avoid hitting some wallabies as well. Obviously, though, the rain is bringing them out. Just keep your wits on you. Driving down to Esperance. I left Kalgoorlie this morning. I didn't stay up at Lake Ballard last night because it was absolutely hammering down. And to be totally honest with you, after spending 6 of the last 7 days in the pouring rain and howling winds. I'm just driving down to Esperance and looked at the weather forecasts, and we've got a severe weather warning for Esperance, very high winds and storm-like conditions. So I've just reached out to, you can probably hear the wind, I can certainly feel it blowing the car around. I've reached out to some people on Airbnb to see if I can stay in an Airbnb for the next couple of nights. Still waiting to hear back from them. Things are going well so far. I hope you're enjoying the content, and if you are, please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Next week on Jeep Roscoe.
Welcome to Esperance, where beautiful beaches are not rare. Seeing things, that is a full-size replica of Stonehenge.